Hi, and welcome back to Dowell's Reviews. Today's product is an off-road RC car by GP Toys. As you can see, this is the car here. It's quite a big car. It goes about 13 inches. This is 12 inches. The actual width is 10 inches and the actual height is 5 inches. As you can see, it's still brand new, the plastics are still on it. I haven't bothered taking it off at the moment, just so you can see that it's only just come today. First thing I will point out is when it first arrived, there was a little bit of damage, as you can see here. I'll just put that towards the camera a bit more. Basically, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, the company. I'm not too sure if the actual item was damaged in the process of packing or if there was a slight fault in the way it's manufactured, because I heard some rattling when I actually pulled it out of the box. Notice this, I have contacted the company, they're giving me assistance at the moment, what's really handy. But I'll just move that to one side, and then what I'll do is I will show you the box it came in. As you can see here, this is the box. It's called the Flame Piece 5916. As you see on the box, it's got RC, it's also 1/12 of a scale of the actual car. It's on a 2.4 gigahertz. It's only 2-wheel drive, but saying that, instead of being a 4-wheel drive, the 2-wheel drive is extremely quick and it does maneuver up curves quite well. The top speed they're saying it goes is 26 miles an hour. Personally, I can't record exactly how fast it's going, but that being said, there was a car going past during the driving test I was doing. I'd say it was probably between, well, I'll say it's about 20 miles an hour. What, for the size of the actual RC car, I thought it was pretty good. It has got an IPX rating of a 5, what means it is splash resistant, so you can go through very slight puddles. I wouldn't say any deeper than a few centimetres personally, and if you do, I would probably wash them down, like just dry it down a bit, especially if it goes over the electronics. Personally, I do really like this box. It's got pretty much all the instructions for it. I will show you the reverse side of the box, so you can actually see that they've actually put the details of how to install the battery. The battery is installed, but you have to plug it in yourself, and I'll show you how to do all of that in a couple of minutes, okay? So you can see it's a 2.4 gigahertz radio system. The remote control distance of 60 meters. As I said before, it's a 1/12 of the scale. It's a 2-wheel drive brushed truck, what means eventually you will have to change the motors. They do give you some spare ones, but I will show you in a few seconds. The running time is between 8 and 12 minutes, they say. On here it only says 8 minutes, but it is between 8 and 12 minutes. The steering trim is quite easy. I've set it straight to the middle on the dot, so it's not too much left, it's not too much right, it's just perfect, and for me it's spot on straight away. So on there it does boast a 26+ mile/hour speed limit. I will be looking at getting a speedometer for maybe a bike. I'm going to put it on there, record the actual speed limit, and I will be posting a very short video of the top speed, or the speed I can physically get it to. Because it's got a flat roof, you can actually put a GoPro on it. I haven't actually got a GoPro at the moment, so I had a little bit of improvisation. As you can see on some of my videos, I have got a drone, so I sort of got a drone and actually attached it on top of the RC car. I have done a little video so you can see from it driving up and down, and also from a first person view that I've actually put together. It's just under a minute long, but so you can see from both perspectives. You can also put a little light on there if you want to, just in case you are doing some driving at night. It's got a 14+ age rating, as you can see here. I don't know if you how well you can see this. It's because you're on a tripod and I can't actually see it at the moment, but I'm hoping this looks quite well and looks quite good for you. So you've got the technical data, the length, the width and the height. So you've got 32 by 26.5 by 15 centimeters. It's got wear rubber tyres. They're slightly flat, but what that means is that they do climb and grip extremely well. At top speed, if you are going to drive this at top speed like I have, I would possibly say refrain from doing sharp turns. I have done that myself. Set it flipping, it's literally flipped over. Apart from that, it's quite a sturdy RC car. It's got a metal universal joint cup for the wheels. It's got steel ball bearings. Personally, I'm not entirely sure what that means. I should look. I will put a link in the description. Sorry for the ums. Not too sure why I'm doing that. It's pretty much a bad habit of mine. It's got locking nuts and a metal A-arm. And here is the underneath. So it tells you exactly how to charge the battery, gives you warnings, the battery installation of the actual controller, the controller, remote control instructions, and also how to practice as well. Personally, I think it's got quite a good little instructions on the base. I have had a few little cars before, nothing to this scale to be honest, but for me this is absolutely spot on. It was a big help because I did look through the instructions manual and I couldn't really see exactly how to do it. I think it was just because I was trying to flip through quite quickly. I want to be honest with you, I didn't 100% look through the manual. What I was trying to do was the actual video so you could see from both aspects of the car driving. What I'll do now is I'll put this down and I will show you inside the little white box next to me with some of the little bits inside. So here is the little box you get inside as well. If I pull this out, just inside you've got 2 cogs, you've got the metal hexagonal key and also a little screwdriver as well, what's a Phillips. So this pretty much undoes here, so you can put the batteries in there. It takes 2 AA batteries. The actual wheel on this side, it actually does come apart. It's designed like that, that's how it comes. So if you press on, sorry about that, on here there is a little switch. You literally just push it up and it will pretty much bind with the car. To place this in, you just line it up, push, and it is pretty much a way to go. I'll just move these out of the way so you can actually see. You take the little hooks out of here So you should just be able to see the little hooks. So what they do, they keep the frame down, the case on. So if you push down, just pull one out. There you go. It is a little bit easier than that. It's just, unfortunately I was putting it at the wrong angle at the time. So once you pull them out, all you've got to do is just lift it up quickly. Preferably don't drop it on your fingers, it doesn't hurt, it just is a bit annoying for me personally. So there's 4 clips here. So you undo these, and then it's just a simple case of you pull this little casing off, and this is where you house the battery. This is the actual battery you get. So what you do is you literally just plug it in. Personally, I do find it a bit stiff to get in there, in haste of actually charging it. I did actually forget to turn it off. So you might have saw a flashing red light. So if you flick that back on, and then what you do is you get this here. So you place this back over the top. I didn't find it too much of a struggle, but if you do get it slightly out of alignment, it won't clip down. So personally what I'll do is, what I've done earlier is just put it back off, try a different position, and it should go straight back on. So from here, all you've got to do is lower this back down. Me personally, I like to push down on the actual casing, because unfortunately the hole's quite tiny on this. So what you do is you push down, and there we go, just a quick push through. Don't get me wrong, I did find it a little bit of a pain to keep pushing down, but I will say because of these clips, it doesn't have any rattling whatsoever. It keeps it nice and firm to there. There's a lot of give on the push down, so as you can see, I'm not even putting much pressure there now, and the suspension is absolutely brilliant. So if I just turn this over so you can see underneath, so they've got 4 independent suspensions. I will show you these turning in a minute. It's 2-wheel drive from the back, what is quite obvious. That being said, I did say earlier it is still quite fast, even though it is only a 2-wheel drive. So if I pull this off, so this is the plastics that they are on all of this. I think it's on the front one as well, but personally I haven't actually tried pulling it off. Oh, here we go. So as you can see, what I'm doing now is just taking this off so you can see. And because I had a few rolls, there was a slight bit of damage on the actual top of the plastic. That's the reason, one of the reasons why I kept it on before I brought it in to actually record and show you this. So this is actually on at the moment. So what I'll do now is if I just press up on there, and now if you can see that, that's forward, that's back, and if you go right, then left. So I'll just show you a little bit on. As you can see, it's really responsive. It barely takes a few seconds for it to go off, and you can move it left or right because of the suspension. It does look like hydraulic springs, so hydraulics and springs as well. So it's personally, I think it's a little bit more reliable. I'll just sorry about that. But from there, really, I will mention this is the actual charger. It is quite a bulky charger, but personally for the size of the actual car, I don't think it's too bad. It charges between 150 and 180 minutes. And you get between 8 and 12 minutes, as I said before. Apart from that, it is a really solid build as well. I've had a few crashes. I'm not too sure. There is actually some lights on here. They're only plastic lights. I think unfortunately they've probably come off during testing. I've only really just noticed it. For me, it's not a big thing. That was mainly my fault. I think what's happened is when I've crashed and flipped it, it did take a bit of damage then. What I've only really just noticed, but I don't think it takes much off it. They were only there as aesthetic props, really. I will have a look for and see if I can find them, but personally, for me, it doesn't bother me. I think the plastic should have been a little bit stronger. Maybe if they could have done the metal, that would have been absolutely amazing. But there again, if it was metal and it does break off, then you've got the risk of actually sharp points. So this I could actually run my hand over and not worry about cutting myself. But apart from that, everything is actually fine. It goes over curbs quite well. Just really be careful with the top speed, mainly because if you do take the corners at top speed, what I did do on the first couple of goes, it does knock them off a little bit. But I think I know exactly what happened here. I just remembered it wasn't from a crash. What happened was it went underneath a car, and it was a parked car, and I think what's happened is it's cracked them off. So it's not even really from the rolling, it's actually from high impact onto a car. So that is absolutely my error. It's nothing really to do with the company at all. Well, it isn't anything to do with the company, sorry. That's driver's fault. But apart from that, it's absolutely an amazing car. You can get it for £61 on Amazon in the UK at the moment. It has got a £15 voucher. I took advantage of that when I purchased this. Probably one of the best cars I've actually had. I've had a couple of Formula 1 ones when I was a kid. I've had the double-sided ones what will keep flipping back and forth. Well, it's a lot easier to control because you ain't got to worry about it going onto its roof. But saying that, this does handle extremely well. You can put a GoPro just here, so you can clip it on, get some really sick videos. Unfortunately, unlike me, I haven't got a GoPro at the moment. I have got one on order though. That will be for my drones, but I probably, once I do get it, I will be attaching it to this so I can do a better video for you. But apart from that, everything is pretty much spot on with it. The design of this is quite cool. It's a green camo. It says Flame Peace on the side. It's got a little spoiler on the back. It's got obviously a bump guard. So it does take any damage here before it hits anything else. As you can see, like when I put my hand there, it does move quite a bit. But apart from that, it's absolutely solid. I couldn't fault this one bit. Here's the what I mean about the tyres. It just literally rubber, so there's no air in them, but it gives it a lot more traction. They're quite wide tyres as well, so you get even better traction on the road. It takes off literally like a bullet. I was quite shocked, so I would say probably go quite slow at first while you're practicing. And that is pretty much everything that I can explain about this RC car. I don't know if you've actually seen inside. It's actually got two little men. I did forget to mention about that. What aesthetically I thought it was a bit funny, to be honest. But from there, I'd say everything's quite alright. Personally, I can't fault this. I know there was a little bit of a damage in there. What I will take into consideration for my rating for this. This I won't, because that was completely my fault.
I'll ask you a quick question. Didn't you?
Sorry about that. Just had a knock at the door. Had to go sort out. So I have lost a little bit of where I was just due to having to answer the door quickly. But apart from that, as I was saying, for me, I'm not too sure if I'm actually on track here, what I was saying. I might have lost it. Sorry about that. But for me, I'd say the rating for this, compared to some of the older ones I have tested, one what I was going to test, but when I was turning on it, it wasn't as quick as this. Bit of a cheaper one. On the speed I was going and a turn, one of the wheels has actually snapped. I think it's because it's cheap plastics. It was one what I was actually previously going to do before this one. It has broke the wheel off, so unfortunately I can't review that one. It's just because I didn't manage to get a video for it, so there's no point me actually reviewing it for you to watch, because I want to be honest, it will be wasting your time to watch it. It'll also be a waste of my time to actually try and review it for you when it broke within 10 minutes of actually using it. It's not one I will be reviewing, because for me, it breaking it that quick with just a turn, it's not worth my time or your time. And for me, honesty is a big policy of mine. I want to be as honest as I can with you. But back to this, sorry. With this, I would have to say, considering the probably 5 or 6 ones I have had previously, but I've never managed to review, but I have had myself, this is the best RC car I've had. I have had petrol ones as well, and honestly, even though they went faster, this one actually beats them. What is a bit shocking, even for me saying it, because you would think with a petrol, it was 2 strokes, so oil and petrol mix. It was fast, it wasn't half as responsive as this, and the actual RC car, the one that was petrol, cost me just over £500. This was a few years ago. Technology has come on leaps and bounds since then. So this is a good 2007 is when I've bought the petrol one, so that is a good 12 years ago. Albeit they might have changed a lot more. I probably will be getting another petrol one. I want to test them out. I want to see how they've progressed through the years, because it's over a decade since I've had one. But I'll tell you what, this absolutely thrashes the water with the one I had in 2007. the one what I've had within the last couple of weeks. What was a purchase for my son, and it broke straight away. He was absolutely gutted, but I'm gonna buy him a better one. But this here, I would honestly have to say this is, for me, it's a 9.5 out of 10. If this didn't break or come broken. The reason it got such a high rate, even though personally I find the controller, it is a little bit flimsy, as obviously you can see here, and the design they could have made a little bit better. If I was just to review this without the controller, this would get a 9.5 straight away. Taking into consideration the design, the damage of the actual controller, I would probably only rate this at 8.5. Mainly just due to the damage and this really. If I literally took this out of the equation, this would still be a 9.5 out of 10. It's so responsive. I can just, if I just turn it on just to show you. I have no idea what's happening there. So let me just, right, there we go. I think it wasn't synced right, because sometimes they do sync. If when I turned it off, it was still going, and I think it was actually still memorised that. So it will, sorry about this, I will be getting a better light soon. But if I just, as you can see, I'm barely even moving the little steering wheel, the little wheel here. So if I move this up here, and if hopefully you can still see the wheels, see, that's barely even a movement on there. See what I mean? It is quick. That was not even on full speed. So for this, including this and these, it would be an 8.5 out of 10. I'll put the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you do enjoy my videos. Any comments would be appreciated. I know sometimes my videos are quite long. I do apologise for that. I will be getting a PC hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I'm just in the process of just saving up a bit of money just so I can buy one, and then I can do some more editing, make the videos a little bit shorter, hopefully a little bit more entertaining for yourselves. I hope you like the fact that the videos are actually now a bit more, well, a lot more stable, because considering I had to hold them in my hand, the phone. But I appreciate everyone who has actually subscribed to me and does like my videos. This is a big thing for me. It's more of a hobby than anything. It's pulling me outside my comfort zone. I've never really talked on video before, but thank you so much for everyone who does watch, who does subscribe, and honestly does like my videos. If you want to be notified of more videos, more competitions I will be doing, because I want to give back to the community, whoever follows me. Because it's something I enjoy doing. I like to try and give away stuff, because most of these items I do purchase myself, and I don't mind giving them away, but I want to give everyone a fair chance as well. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back for the next video. Until then, thank you, take care, and goodbye.